In typical me fashion, today we will be talking about all things positive, and that little nugget of lovely positivity for us today is how hookup culture has effectively destroyed the entire framework of the universe. It's destroyed the universe in a myriad of ways, and one of those many ways is that it divides men and women and it continues and furthers and proliferates the misogyny and the misandry, and in my case, the misanthropy. It's a horrible thing. This is my sort of personal experience, my observations as a somewhat heterosexual man, and I say somewhat because Ronnie Radke in 2012 is extremely attractive. That's a hot guy right there. But yeah, if we were talking about hookup culture from the queer lens, I could just download Grindr right now, and there would be a gay man in my closet right there, so to speak. And he'd be in the closet, and he would be ready to have sex with him. I've never seen him in my closet before, but I know that he is there 100%. But yes, this is a heterosexual experience, which is going out of style nowadays, I'm sure. Anyway, unfortunately, not everyone can participate in hookup culture. There is a barrier to entry. And ladies, I'm going to have to be brutally honest with you. Unfortunately, the nature of men is disgusting and deplorable and debauched. We will fuck anything that moves. If you're bald-headed with one arm in a wheelchair, a guy will want to sleep with you if you give him the chance, if you give him the shot. If anything, he probably wants to sleep with you more. So any bald-headed, one-armed women watching my videos, then please go out. Well, you're probably drowning in men at this point, drowning in high-value men, certainly. The majority of guys, once again, they will sleep with any woman. It is not difficult to go out as a woman and to go and get sex. Unfortunately, ladies, I'm sorry. I know that we live in this world of empowerment and empowerment through sex and sexual liberation and all of these things. And because of this fact, most women, and pretty much all women for the most part, are admitted to the party. And the trouble is, most men are not admitted to the party. Most men will never really be attractive to women. Most men will never receive compliments from women. They will never gain any attention from women. It's a horrible life out here for most men pertaining to women. And the reality is most of these guys are losers, and they're not attracting women for a multitude of obvious reasons. They're short, they're unattractive, they don't have the money, they don't have the status, they don't have the car, they don't have the title of high value man in their bio. You know, it's not looking good out here for most of these guys. And being a part of hookup culture and engaging in promiscuous acts with these lovely ladies left me with nothing but infinite sorrow and turmoil and despair, and all things negative. Because I was using these ladies, I was using myself, and I commodified myself and the girls to a degree that is absolutely disgusting. And it sounds like I'm giving like a testimony on my addiction to hookup culture. But no, to a certain degree, that is true. I don't want to be in a place where I'm seeing people as objects, particularly in the context of sex, which can be unbelievably gratifying and intimate and a beautiful thing, genuinely. And I think that, you know, if we start viewing sex in that way, then less people will be sad and less people will be afflicted with the slew of mental problems that they garner from engaging in this absolute garbage. And also, in some of those experiences that I've had, you learn how debauched and how disgusting people are. They defile themselves and do many other things that start with the D because they are, in fact, taking it, as we know. And I think porn is sort of the number one perpetrator of this. It has warped the minds of everyone, and we are just doing the most wild shit in the world in the bedroom and trying to like, oh, well, I saw this one thing and I saw this crazy thing. It's just gross. Like, we don't need to be doing all of this. We need to develop sexual chemistry. And you achieve that over time, and you achieve that with someone that you love. And the problem is that most men, if, you know, the saying is men are only as faithful as their options, if they are given the option, they will sleep with a woman that they genuinely despise. And how the fuck do you think that's going to end up? So, gentlemen, we must stop doing this. We need to be inclined to have some more respect. And that's another thing, too. Like, oh, my innate biological nature, man, shut the fuck up. Have some self-control. For the love of God, please, oh, I'm this high value man and I'm someone that can control my urges and I'm not going to watch porn and I'm not going to do X, Y, and Z and I'm not going to engage in frivolous things. But the reality is you're a liar. You are engaging in frivolous things when you just sleep with any woman who is interested in you, even if you do not like them. Do better. Have some self-control. Have some dignity. We've got none of it. Zero. In one of the number one places where hookup culture takes place is at the club. The club. And I've been to the club far too many times. I should never go to the club ever again. The amount of heinous activity taking place is just too much for me to even comprehend in so many ways. You have a ton of women, and they're standing there at the bar, and you have a bunch of dudes who are, excuse me, could I buy a drink for you? Yeah, of course you could buy a drink for me. Oh my God. And these dudes are buying these women drinks in hopes of, what do you think? Ladies, I'm going to ask you, what do you think? You think that these guys, these 5'6" dudes who have a failed startup company, with $87 in their bank account, are buying you a $19 cocktail out of the goodness of their hearts? Yeah, I just wanted to buy you a drink because you're so beautiful and you're so intelligent and you're so strong and you're so lovely. And here's a drink and now I'm just going to walk away and then do that for every other girl in the bar. Really? Really? Come on, ladies. And guys, do you think that just because you buy them a drink, a woman is going to give you a chance and give you the time of day because, she's going to like me because I gave her the alcohol? Shut the fuck up. Stop it. Stop it immediately. Get some help, as they say. And the dynamic is all wrong. The majority of women are admitted to hookup culture, and the majority of young women, at least, who are a part of my generation, partake in said hookup culture, and I would probably speculate that 90% of men are completely left out of the party. And that leaves the 10% of men that do exist within hookup culture. And these guys are unbelievable scumbags. I had the unfortunate displeasure of existing within hookup culture, and I was easily one of the most deplorable human beings that you could probably come across. These guys, they get a ton of girls. They're tall, they're attractive, they have money, they have status, they have wealth to a certain degree. And because all of these women are interested in them, their ego has skyrocketed to unimaginable heights and they will never come back down. They will just keep going up forever and always. And ladies, if you think that sleeping with these dudes is gonna get you a relationship with them, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong in every way. These guys will sleep with you and they will use you and they will throw you to the curb when they're done because there's gonna be another woman just waiting. And that guy's going to be like, yep, there we go. Let's repeat the cycle. And most of these guys, they're not going to change. You know why? It's working for them. They're getting what they want, which is an extremely vacuous thing to want in general. But most men believe they want that. And the innate biological nature, certainly does play a role in why they want that in the first place. And look, all of these women who are running around who are my age, I want to find myself and I want to go out and figure out who I am, find my passion. You're not finding your passion. You found yourself in a bed with a 6'2" light-skinned dude with tattoos and diamond earrings, and he's blowing your back out and then throwing you away into the trash. Is that empowering? No or no? Tell me. Exactly. You're finding depression. You're finding self-loathing. You're finding misandry. And then you're going and you're finding pills. And now you're finding all sorts of horrible things. This lifestyle is so unbelievably vapid and futile for everybody. Everyone is getting hurt to a certain degree. The majority of men are getting hurt and the majority of women are getting hurt. And there's a very small percentage of people who are coming away from hookup culture unscathed. A very small proportion. When you do sleep with a lot of people, the act of sex kind of becomes meaningless. After you've been with enough people, another day, another thing, it's an extremely monotonous task. And that inevitably is what it starts to become. And on top of the sex being extremely monotonous and kind of commonplace, making it extremely unvaluable, not invaluable, but unvaluable, which is now a new word, you can't really have great sex with someone that you meet for the first time. And usually you're coming from the club, you're going to be wasted, you're going to be on coke, you're going to be on something. And also in those situations, everyone is susceptible to being taken advantage of, to do something that maybe they wouldn't do accidentally, and then their whole fucking life is ruined because there was consent, but maybe the communication wasn't there. And that is something that happens way more often than not, unfortunately. The idea that you can just meet someone and it's like, yes, hello, see, now look, see, hello there, I want to have sex with you immediately. Let's have a handshake, we're going to shake on it, and now we're going to go back and we're going to have sex. We're going to have some very nice sex, it's going to be fantastic. That does not happen. And then I'm going to forget you the next day and we're never going to speak ever again. That doesn't happen. That never happens. There always is something more than just sex. Every woman that I've been with in my life, I sleep with them, and then the next day, or the next few hours, or in the next 2 days, or in the next week, oh my God, I love it so much. You're going to have a picnic? We can talk about star signs? No, I don't. I do not want to do that at all. But unfortunately, I led you on. This is true, ladies. I have led you on. Because I lied my way into sleeping with you. And that's why I'm not a part of hookup culture anymore, because I cannot bring it upon myself to be a liar, to be deceitful. I'm not Satan. Because I'm not Satan, and many people are demons and ghouls, they are in a place where they are just engaging in promiscuity. They cannot really separate like the hookup from the person, because how could you? We're not dealing with objects here, even though you're commodifying yourselves and you're reducing your value to that of an object. That is absolutely true. But at the end of the day, we are human beings. We have feelings, we have emotions, and we're trying to connect with people. Unfortunately, within society, there is zero sentiment whatsoever that would suggest that we actually want intimacy, love, or romance, and it is absolutely disgusting. Monogamy doesn't exist. Everyone's in open relationships. Everyone's polyamorous. No one wants to get married. No one wants to have children. Everyone wants to be a boss bitch, fucking all these dudes, and a high-value man with a harem of 12 big booty cuties. And it's just like, we don't want families? We don't want to love someone. We don't want to come home and have that intimacy and feel the comfort of being able to confide in someone that you love physically and mentally and spiritually and technologically, And no one wants that at all. I'm sure that we do. We've wanted that since the dawn of time. This idea of, I'm going to go out and I'm going to sleep with all these girls now immediately. None of them could drive my Bugatti. It's impossible. And then, I just fucking used him. I used him for sex. No one is pure. No one has any chastity whatsoever within their lives. We honestly need to return to antiquity at this point. No showing of the ankles. No showing of the wrists. None of it at all. For guys and for girls, cover yourselves up completely. Because this world, it's just getting out of control. No one's happy. Everyone's depressed. Men hate women, women hate men, and no fucking wonder why. Because you're a bunch of idiots and fools all engaging in this vacuous existence. Get it through your heads, people. You're all unhappy. Oh, I'm unhappy because men are garbage. Because you're sleeping with horrible fucking Kevins and Tyrones who have a picture of themselves with the Marlin on their Tinder page. And men, oh, women are so gross. MGTOW, black pill, red pill. It's because you want to sleep with Addison Rae and all these BBL'd out chicks. What's wrong with you? This is what we need to do. This is my prescription. I'll end this rant here. What we must do is find people fuck that. What we need to do first is figure out how to be the best versions of ourselves. We need to be able to love ourselves, to treat ourselves in the best way that we possibly can. We need to get stronger mentally, emotionally, physically. Not too strong physically, though. Well, maybe. And by that, I mean, I like, my dream girl is 6'11", probably 750 pounds of pure muscle. Anyway, That's besides the point. What we need to do is this. We need to figure out who the best versions of ourselves are. We need to become introspective. We must become thoughtful. It is imperative that we become strong emotionally, mentally, and even physically. We need to figure out what we want in our lives. And then from there, you can start working on what kind of a person do you want to spend your time with? What kind of a person do you want to love? Because it's not a one-size-fits-all thing. Not everyone is cut out to have a family with 12 children. Not everyone is a Mormon. Not everyone is cut out to have the harem with 25, 304s, as they say nowadays. But for some people, that may work. The 12 women, the 12 Mormons, maybe you're a girl that can sleep with 500 guys and that's fine. Maybe. But the key is figuring yourself out and staying away from all of the societal programming that is trying to infiltrate your mind in every way. We must stay away from that. And it is an absolute necessity that we get to a place where we are the best versions of ourselves, and hopefully we can attract a person that is the best version of themselves, and we can connect with each other on all levels. And the reality is it's going to be lonely. Working on yourself is absolutely going to be a lonely endeavor. However, when you are alone, you have an extremely unique opportunity. You've been blessed with this opportunity in many ways to sit with yourself and be introspective and figure out what you like and what you don't like, and actually accept all of your problems in hopes that you work towards becoming better. That right there is the key. It's paramount. It's paramount to finding a person and connecting with a person that you genuinely love and that you genuinely respect. And I am 100% confident in knowing that when the right person comes around, when they come along, all of you will know what that person looks like. Find the person that you love and fuck the shit out of them until the end of time. As always, be sure to dislike the video and unsubscribe from the channel. Good night, my dears. Thank you very much. Dislike and unsubscribe.